Okay. We're back. I am in a massive rush because I don't have any time anymore. My life is fake. So I'm gonna be quick. We only have 3 submissions as of right now, so just gonna do my best to give you guys the best feedback I can while being pretty quick because I gotta be phased. Okay. I will start off with Dirty Octopus, When You Fly. I'm loving the fact that this is longer than 15 seconds. This is already making me happy. Let's take a listen. Wow. Whoa, dude. That sounds awesome. Okay, I love the extra melodies. My 2 big things are really here. It feels like stuff's not quite in key. And to me, it's like there's like an atmos or something that just feels like it's not playing nice with the other elements. So it's not technically like, I don't know if you can say it's really out of key because it just sounds like a specific scale. It's like another mode of like some minor scale or whatever. But I don't know, it doesn't have like a distinct feeling. It just feels kind of muddy. Like harmonically, like harmony-wise, it just feels kind of a bit muddy and like things are unclear. So I would say if you are going to keep to this like scale or this idea of what you're going for with this, maybe there just might be 1 or 2 notes that you want to just completely stay away from. So that it feels a little more homogeneous and put together. And I'm smacking my microphone. The other thing is I think the piano sound you have here feels a bit awkward. Like I'm not sure if that's really the right choice. So it may just be that even just changing that piano sound to something else might give it, might fix the compositional issue I'm hearing here. Because it does feel just a bit confusing. And I mean confusing not in like it's esoteric and unique and I just don't understand it. It's just like, it just feels a bit, I don't know, awkward to me. So I would say change it. And then drop-wise, I like this. This is good. It's very stereo, which is good. And I like that you fill in with this like saw lead then in the middle. It really, it's nice because it creates this like hole in the middle that you're like, something needs to go here, and then this nice little melody comes in. And it's really great. I think probably drop-wise, the only thing that sticks out to me as being like actionable and probably significant change that you might want to make is the snare. I think the snare is not bad. It just has room for improvement. It feels a bit, I don't know, like neglected to me. Like I think you can just have more depth to the snare. It also feels like the transient, especially in those like mids and low mids, is really not punching. It's missing that like 300 hertz oomph that, especially you know, isolated it might sound fine, but next to these basses, it really does need more of that thump, more of a transient, in order to feel more impactful when you have these super explosive sounding basses. So yeah, I would say just like focus especially on the transient. You could focus on the whole snare. Like I think the snare itself could also theoretically have more texture, but I think it's really the punchiness of it that needs attention. Otherwise, yeah, really cool. Invisible distance. Hello. Just hair. Break is a placeholder for the drop. Whole song is a mess. Plan on making the first break after the drop. Okay. Yo, good morning, Dynaway. Send me your music. Because I don't know, it said I had more submissions here, but like, there's 3. So if you have something, send it in to me, my dude. I can imagine where you're gonna go with this. I actually like how simple this is, though. This is kind of nice. That is so loud. What the fuck? That is so much high end though. Holy shit, that Trash 2 really trying to make us deaf out here. God damn. Okay. I actually like this break, funnily enough. I understand it's still a placeholder, so I hear it as well. It's like not really done, but I actually like arrangement wise what it does for this track. I would say probably here this section needs help, because I think there's actually not enough space in there. It feels like it needs another 8 bars and some more like world building, some more storytelling to progress us from there to there. But or you do it as like a 1-2 where we go from there to there straight up. That can also actually work really nicely, because you have this like ability to like build really smoothly and expansively over the course of this whole section. This is giving like big Kosu vibes, and I am super here for it. I think the fact that this is so simple, like, this is simple in terms of like the arrangement is really solid actually the way it is from here to here. I would work more so on taking this idea that you have and just like layering it up, just making this deeper actually, because and if you take these, I actually think there's an opportunity here with these like these just simple chords. If you take these and make these 2 first like chord hits like complete experiences, it'll be a really cool effect, because you have like huge amount of Botanica vibes coming, and then a whole different set of stuff here. And I would even take sounds out of the drop and like sprinkle them into these 2 hits, and then have it start here kind of as it is simple, and then just build and build and build till we get to here. I like actually that we have bass here. It's the right song type for that. And then I would take these I would actually just leave this out, to be honest. I would try doing like clapping these together to remove the build, because I don't think you need it. I don't think it's actually building up more than this. I would just take the stuff that you sort of build and like hint towards, oh, okay, we're moving, like just, you know, in the last like 4 bars of this, and then go for, do like a little turnaround and then boom. So those are my suggestions. And yeah, the high end is really treacherous, but I know that you can fix that. That's not something I need to probably tell you, that like the high end is a little painful. It's a really bit painful. But otherwise, really cool. I like this. I like this a lot. Close to You, work in progress. Last 16 bars of the song are very scuffed. I'll add an outro and second break. It's literally copy, paste. Okay, it's fine. All right, let's go. Like these chords. Machine you are. I would say for me, there's a couple of things that stand out. One, I think, I want to test this now, is like, I think this whole song just needs a little bit more brightness. Like, it feels like the high end is not quite enough. Maybe it's just compared to the song, but I think generally. And that's what I'm adding here, is like one, a little bit of like 12K, kind of like very, you know, pretty broad bell, just to give it a little bit of that top end, because I think the drop needs it, that little bit of extra. It's really good. That like area of like 10K-ish, I talk about it all the time. It's just extra clarity, but I think you also need this like 5K region to pop out a bit, both in the break and in the drop. And the reason why I say that is because your sub is really, really strong. And so what can happen is when your sub is really strong, even if your high end seems like it's loud enough, sometimes you actually need to boost it up a little more on the top end to balance things out. it can get bad in the sense like it can run away from you, or suddenly you just keep boosting your high and low end, and then your mids just die. But you do have a good amount of mids in the song anyway. Partially also this vocal just needs that extra boost, because it's basically the only thing in this like 4K region, 4K, 5K, 6K region that's like present, and so it's helping it pop a bit above the mix when you boost in there. So other than that, I mean, like everything is nice and compressed. Break wise, I like what you have going on here. It feels like you need effects though now. You need my first thought is like Bad Computer and Ryan Koss. Study their tunes and just like pick like 2 or 3 effects. You know, use Bad Computer sample pack. If you have Splice, it's on there. And just like take a listen and see if there's some stuff you can pull from there. I have been listening to Grant's music all day, so that's probably influencing. It's like my bias right now is like that's what I like, that sound. And that has also a lot of cool effects and just like little tiny things going on in the background that aren't necessarily, some of them are musical and some of them aren't, but they really, really help to deepen a tune. And especially a break. I would say Grant is like, the drops are excellent, but Grant's breaks are just unmatched. I still think that it's kind of hard to beat Grant stuff from like 6 years ago. It's like, what? Like, it still sounds better than what most people are putting out today. Anyway, for this, yeah, I would definitely say like, also here I want to hear more layers, but even this transition is good here. Everything's fine. I do hear you kind of like falling into a bit of a pattern with how you're doing your arrangement, but I think for this song it probably works. But it's something I would like you to just consider when you're working on your next tune, is referencing some like really S tier drum and bass songs, and just like take a song into like your DAW and like look at the arrangement, like map it out and look at like what's actually going on. Where are we getting increases in energy? Where are we transitioning to something new? Because I think you'll find that you have a lot of opportunities in your own songs to make small adjustments or just like reshape how they flow that will take all of the elements you already have and just make them feel much more compelling, because you've changed how they're arranged next to each other. That's my suspicion, at least, but I could be wrong. All right, let me check my... Holy shit. All right, cool. Rexel, I'm really sorry I don't have time to do doubles today because I need to go, but not this image again. I mostly work on the second drop. Okay, cool. This is one we've heard before. Nice, and then this is from Dying Away. Let's go. SoundCloud does lower the quality. This is really cool. This part is nice. This is very cool.
Switch.
Yeah.
Switch.
Yeah! Yeah! Yo, this is sick! What the fuck? Yeah! Oh, that's the sickest thing you've ever said. What the hell? That's so cool. Oh, I love this kick too. I like how this kick is so much more distinctly punchy though. Okay, this is great. Loving this. I would say in the production overall, I do hear a little bit too much multi-banding, so like too much OTT and stuff. It's not terrible, it's just something that I'm just going to throw out there that like you might want to consider, just like pay attention to how much of it you're using, because it might seem like it's helping, but especially when you stack all of it together, it starts to create a lot of over compression. And you're bringing up a lot of like stuff that maybe you don't want to like bring up into the foreground of the mix. OTT will whiten everything, so it will just kind of do its best to turn everything into white noise, which is great when you have like something that is really organic and it's like needs that extra boost. It benefits a lot when you have like really synthy stuff that already has loads of harmonics, like, you know, saws and chords and stuff. It can very quickly be too much. That's just something to think about. I will say I like this transition a lot, actually, this arrangement here. It's very like hypnotic, kind of keeps the energy going, and then it switches nicely to this. I like that there's a vocal here, but you kind of lose the vocal then for the build, where it feels like it's almost more important to have it. So I would say consider having a vocal here. If it's spoken word, it doesn't really matter what it is, as long as there's something there. Obviously, there's like levels, you know. Something that's better is going to be better than something that's not quite as exciting. But think about what you want to be in the center of this section, this build-up here, especially considering how high of an energy we're going to. I would consider, if you're doing like a remix anyway, take like a vocal from something really hype that doesn't necessarily have to be like related to anything else going on. It could be like a Hatsune Miku vocal or something that just like you'd hear it and you'd be like, what the hell? You'd be like, why is this here? And then we go to... I will say the biggest thing with this drop is that the kick doesn't quite hit for me. It's not really punchy. You have this like great laser, but the actual transient of the kick doesn't really hit. It's like doo doo doo, and I'm missing tung tung tung. I need that poo, that extra hit.
Switch.
Well, I mean, I guess the transient part of it is technically that. It's more like the thumpiness, because you have it here. This kick. I guess it was the same. I don't know. It just feels like it's not quite enough compared to... Like, this kick feels like has a really nice first 50 milliseconds. Whereas here... Doesn't quite hit it. These could even be the same kick. I wouldn't even know. To be honest, but I would take a look at the kick, the second drop, and like try and beef it up. Like, make it much punchier, more punchy. You can tell I'm losing my mind. This is amazing, by the way. I just love this. Great. This is excellent. I'm in love with this. Keep going. Hopefully my feedback is helpful. All right. Last one. Feels like it's like consciousness. Yeah.
Don't you remember the cold and the feeling? Sat by the fire when we lost our love, when we lost our way. Can you feel it? Pull you closer when we're far away. When we lost our way. Can you feel it? Pull you closer when we're far away. Ha. Yeah.
Yo! That's super cool. What the hell? Why is it like cowboy themed? This is cool though. Ooh. Whatever this vocal is, it's complementing this so well. This is hype. I'm not sure the snares work. Like, I don't think it quite... I would reference some other songs that you like that are in this sort of like super hype style and see if this is really how they want to arrange their tunes to have this like build. I don't know. It doesn't sound correct to me, but that maybe a drop would come and I would change my mind retroactively. Let's go back to this for a second. Like this, I love this idea. Definitely do something with this. If it doesn't go in this song, go into a different song.
Sat by the fire when we lost our love, when we lost our way. Can you feel it?
This vocal feels very fast, and I can tell that it's like been sped up from where it was originally sung, which is fine. But I do wonder if you can't take some of these words and split them up, do something else with them. It feels like this vocal needs a little bit of work to fit in the speed.
Don't you remember the cold and the feeling?
Because don't you remember? Like actually split up the words so that one, it becomes more, the lyrics themselves are more intelligible. Secondly, it feels like it's not just copy pasted into the song, because it does feel a bit like not forced, but it doesn't play with the production. It's kind of just happening over the song. And you do want it to feel like it's mix-wise a bit above the rest of the instrumental, but production-wise it just doesn't quite have that play together.
Sat by the fire when we lost our love, when we lost our way.
And like have like also callbacks with like different versions of these vocals that are like, you know, like a lower pitch that's like basically, you know, you have like the main vocal which is doing a call and then like a lower pitched one which is doing a response. And you can either take words from before or you can have the same word just repeated in a lower pitch. But I think you have a lot of room because it's like there's like a huge like cluster of like words and then there's just space. And then there's a huge cluster of words again and then there's space.
Can you feel it? Pull you closer when we're far away. When we lost our way.
This is fine though.
Pull you closer when we're far away. Yeah.
It was copy pasted though? You mean like the vocal? Yeah, I know. I mean, yeah. Drop wise, I really like this. It does sound a bit muddy, but honestly, it's not bad. Like, it feels like there is a little bit of like stuff in like the low mids. That's I'm just doing a little bit of EQ. I'm gonna send you a screenshot of the EQ I'm doing, just for reference when you listen back to this. Realistically, I just think there's like a little bit of as well like reverb that doesn't feel like it's maybe low cut as high as it should be. Mind you doing which frequencies though? Thank you so much. Yeah. So I think also the sides feel a little bit like, feels like there's some low end like creeping into the like the sides. So like stuff that's going like on the side, that's like 400 hertz. And it's not like a lot, but it stacks up when you have a bunch of sounds, and some of them are going to have more, some of them are going to have a little bit less. And so I would say doing more like side low cuts will help, because it will just make it feel a little bit more like, how can I say, like clean, without you losing like the actual impact of the sound. It'll just like clean things up a bit. And yeah, just like brightening up a bit of a top end, because there's so many great harmonics there that they just need a little bit of a boost. And the combination of just taking a little bit out of like the low mids. You don't need to take a lot. Like, we don't need to be taking out like 5 or 10 dB. You know, it's like 2 dB here, and then like a dB up at the top of the sound, and then like just doing that a bunch of times, suddenly you'll be doing a huge, or I don't want to say huge, but significant amount of cumulative reshaping of the whole track. Yeah, I like this overall. I really, really like this. I'd love to hear the finished version. So, keep it going. I'm hoping I should be here next week. I just, nothing right now is telling me I can't. Side boost highs, right? I don't even think you need to boost the sides, because this is fairly... I think it's just overall boosting some of these like frequencies at like not super high, like some 10K, but also like mostly around that like 4,000 hertz, 6,000 hertz, 3,000 hertz, and then just taking out stuff from like 300, 500, 600, especially on the sides, removing some of that low end, not in the middle, because you want to leave the middle nice and full, which it does sound nice and full, but just on the sides, you know, making sure that stays clean, because that will actually make, if your low end is more mono, more put together, it will actually make the high end sound wider, because it's relative to that. You know, the high end is being compared within the song relative to the low end. So the wider the low end is, the more kind of like box shaped the stereo field becomes frequency wise, and then it's just like you kind of want it like your low end to be like this, and then the higher you go up, the wider things can get. Hopefully that makes sense. Yeah, I don't know, I gotta whip out the chart again at some point. Okay, sorry I'm in such a rush today. I would love to... Oh, no, discontent, you have to be fast. Send me fast. No, I have to go. Go quickly. Send. Oh, I get it. I get it. It's a good thing to hear. Yeah, it's not necessarily something that's like intuitive to think about. Once you know that it's there, you'll start listening to other songs and you'll hear it now. You'll hear the stereo separation in terms of how it feels in like some songs where like, especially for a lot of like dubstep songs, which are, you know, really well done ones or really, really, really well mixed. You'll start hearing like, if you listen to like pop stuff, that rule doesn't quite hold up. Some of them kind of have very wide low ends. The reason is they're not meant to be played in clubs. They're not nearly as compressed and high energy as dance tunes. So they can get away with having much wider low ends. But for a dubstep song or like a color based song, you really need to pay attention to like the low end and make sure that it's tight, because it will make the low end sound better, and better meaning like more powerful, which seems counterintuitive because like, oh, if there's more low end on the sides, wouldn't it just mean more low end is more power? But it ends up just muddying the whole thing, and it sounds very like loose and not tight. And for dance music, you want that tightness in the low end. Everything just feels like it's moving together perfectly. Oh, there we go. All right, last one. I'm sorry if anybody else joins. I can't. Oh my god, this is so pretty. This is so cool. What the fuck? This is so pretty. I love this. I want this as a sticker. Can you send me this? I'd love to have like a high. I love that this is on the background of my phone. This is so cool. This is so cool. I genuinely really like that. Please send me like a full version of that.
What do you want? You want the moon? Just say the word and I'll throw a lasso around and pull it down.
I feel like I hear moon echo in the background. Are you using moon echo?
Moon lady, I've been thinking about you lately. I've been trying night and day to find the yes in all your maybes, and I'm far too tired to stay.
Love that. That's a great melody.
I'm far too quiet to ask for your light, but moon lady, if you know about your charm, could you drop out of the sky and let me catch you in my arms? Yeah, you fall away, you're out of bounds, but I know that's okay, 'cause you always come back around.
I love this. What a great theme too. Are you using the Moon Echo plugin? Because if you're not, I'll just showcase it really quick so that you can make a seeing what it is. Where is it? Moon Echo. This plugin is free, and it would perfectly fit this theme. And it sounds like it's there, but sometimes I don't know. But it's just like, you will have to like time the delay in seconds. But if you just Google like quarter notes BPM into milliseconds or whatever, you'll be able to get it. But it has this nice thing, and the delay on this sounds fantastic. Wait, let me just grab like something. Sounds so good. And if you open this in Patcher, you can pretty quickly make this stereo. So just send the left and the right channel into individual moon echoes, and then you get fully stereo moon echoage, because it comes mono, because it's based on like, it uses an algorithm that's like based on the actual moon bouncing that you do with like a full giant dish, where you send radio waves to the moon and then hear back what the moon, what comes back from the moon, which is crazy. Okay, a lot of apping. Yes, I do use Moon Echo. I love that plugin. Hell yeah, Hell yeah. Okay. Thank you guys so much for coming. I feel, did I even give you feedback on this? Wait. I mean, honestly, I like everything here. I think this melody's good.
Lady, I've been thinking.
Lasso around and pull it down.
I will say the mids feel a little bit resonant. Like, it just feels like there's a lot clustered in the mids. And I do wonder if there's maybe a little bit of, like, more surgical EQ that would help make the mix feel a little bit not so dense, if it makes sense. It just feels a little bit like there's a lot of stuff going on in the mids.
I've been thinking about you lately. I've been trying night and day to find the yes in all your maybes, and I'm far too tired to stay for the night. You know I'm far too quiet to ask for your light, but moon lady, if you know about your charm, could you drop out of the sky and let me catch you in my arms? Yeah, you fall away, you're out of bounds, but I know that's
This is me just boosting like the high end a lot again. Maybe I just like high end. Maybe you should ignore me and I'm wrong about everything. But I think definitely have a lot on the top end to pull out here. To make this all go explosions and brightness and not quite so dense. Because then to me the density that
lady, I've been thinking about you lately. I've been trying night and day to find the yes in all your maybes, and I'm far too tired to stay for the night. You know I'm far too quiet to ask for your light, but moon lady, if you know.
I think specifically as well the vocal needs the brightness so that then it kind of again pops out through the mix more, because it does feel a little buried. Not much, but just it'd be nice to have more clarity on the vocal so you can hear what you're saying a little easier. Gotta go. Thank you for the feedback. Thank you very much for coming. On that note, I also gotta go because your boy is busy. So much love. Thank you guys for coming out. Thank you for sending me your music, and I hope that my feedback was in any way helpful. I will be back again next week. I don't know if it's going to be the regular time or a different time. My whole life is kind of up in the air and a mess, and I'm sure that in the next couple of weeks when I'm doing these feedback streams, it's going to be different setup. I'll probably be on my laptop because I'll be traveling, and I don't know what's going to be happening, so we'll see. But next week, I will, pretty sure I'll be able to stream, so I will update you guys, be in my Discord, and I'll see you soon. Goodbye. Much